So this is where all our dies and punches are for our high volume reads, or how we used to do it back in the day before we had, you know, CNC routers and all that fun stuff. So these are all made, we actually made these ourselves, you know, cut the dies out ourselves, and we just put them here on this big press, and we just bang through material. So that's a strip that was cut out in the break, and then we just run this through and it stamps out the reads.
But now you got, they're all seeing like cut.
Not
like
all of them, no. Like I said, a lot of our high volume stuff, like KTM, is done on this. They used to be machined because that's the way they wanted it, and we made some changes with them, and so they're all doing that right now because it's just it's easier, it's cheaper for them, it's better that way.
So which ones are getting cut out in there?
Those ones in there, they look like they're for a cart, shifter cart engine. All right, so here, this is a stack of carbon that we have that we made up ourselves, the Carbon Tech stuff. This is actually all for KTM. This is supplying all the two-stroke KTM bikes. And
so you do the stock reads?
Yep, so the OEM reads for the KTMs, at least the 125s through 300s are all our reads here. You can see them cut out, being, you know, about to be inspected, actually tumbled, stuff like that, to get rid of the burr on the edges and stuff like that. And here's where we keep our carbon.
Told me it's got to be frozen because it's pregnant.
It's not pregnant, no, it's pre-preg. Pre-preg, yeah. There's a crap ton of carbon in here, and we cut them out into squares, and we put them in our press them up, you know, at certain pressures and certain temperatures to get the cure rate the way we want it. And we have different types of material, different layup patterns, different strands per millimeter and stuff like that will give the reed a different tension. Taking a weave and putting it from a 0 to a 45 layup will change something. All these small, minute changes make a reed, you know, what it is, and gives it its tension, its characteristic, and everything.
And so you adjust the way the fiber's laid and everything depending on the type of bike?
Yep, absolutely.
So like would a 125 say have a little bit softer reed than like a 250?
Yep, definitely. And or vice versa, you could do the opposite. Or see, certain OEM manufacturers, they might, you know, let's say a snowmobile or, you know, an older dirt bike came with a reed that was way too heavy to begin with. You could put a lighter weave or a lighter layup to maybe have the same thickness of reed, but it's lighter and will respond better. So here's the flow bench. This is where we can put prototype valves or valves that we're, you know, looking at. Put them on and we can test the flow, test the CFM, check velocity. We have, you know, pitot tube we stick down the throat so we can check the velocity profile across the different orifices, or, you know, inside turn, outside turn, whatever. Just evaluate it. We made this plexiglass thing here so we can see how the reeds open, monitor everything.
Can you put something in there?
Yeah.
So it sucks from...
Yep, so there's a vacuum pumps in the back here, and it just draws atmospheric pressure down into it to simulate, you know, a flow path, basically. And it will vary the amount of suction depending on what you tell it to, and based on that, it can estimate and give you a calculation for CFM. So
what is CFM?
Cubic feet per minute. Turn it off, turn it back on.
So they don't actually like flap, huh?
Well, you don't really want them to flap. If they flap, that generally means you got turbulence. So, I mean, you definitely, when we're prototyping a valve, you'll sometimes get flap, and you know, that's probably not a good thing. And you mess with it, you massage it, you change the profile, or you change the tension of the reeds or whatever to get something so it doesn't have that turbulence in there. So here we are in the assembly area. So these are valves that are waiting to be assembled in inventory. we'll stack inventory on some of the big sellers and some of the stuff that, we'll have it sit here. If we have excess amount of parts and it needs to go somewhere, we'll stick them here and then we'll box them up to fulfill orders.
All right, so that's it. We saw how you guys, from you at your desk, designing it on your computer, right on through making it and testing it on the dyno and everything else. You got to do that because you're so far away from California, right? You can't call any bros.
Well, we call bros every once in a while, but we're not in the heart of the industry over there in SoCal, so we're a little isolated over here.
Guys go and eat Amish food for lunch when you leave here?
No, I live like 10 minutes away, so I just go home.
Are there any buggies coming down the road?
Every once in a while, yeah.
Have you ever delivered parts by buggies?
No,
as you're like,
I've never.
you're like, listen, we need this taken across town. Can you buggy it over there?
No, we never done that.
Well, you should think about it.
Maybe we should.
So put the local talent to work here.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm coming back this summer. I don't know what we're doing.
All right.
We'll do something.
Sounds good.
I'll have you on the podcast again.
Cool.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Thank you.